Hello, lads and ladies. We are here for a big one. I don't know why it says Leeds United versus Newcastle. That is certainly not the team that we are playing today. Let me just sort that right out for you real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Little bit of on the fly technicalities. There we go. Let's get that sorted. It is Leeds United versus Everton. Now, for some reason, my old Everton one is also there, so let me sort that one out real quick for you also. And here we go. We're back in action. It is not 4-3. That is, of course, the Newcastle game that it was referring to. But it is Leeds United versus Everton. The game is just commencing as we damn speak about it. I think my thing is like 30 seconds behind, so I am not quite at the game screen just yet. We're just watching as the players line up. It's a huge week for Leeds United and a must-win game indeed for Leeds as we move up the league, hopefully, with a lot of teams around us picking up vital points this week, especially the likes of Forest, especially the likes of Villa. Not Villa, I don't know why I said Villa, I meant Forest. West Ham, sorry. The likes of West Ham have been picking up key points this week as well. So it's very important that Leeds United get the job done today. But against Everton, that is going to be no easy task. Yes, what's going on, football fans? 679, my guy, my G, no string. What's cooking, my gorilla? We've got an early free kick here for, an early corner, sorry, for Everton. By the way, the ball is drilled across the face of goal. And it's dealt with quite comfortably as Aronson launches the ball forward. Why is my timer not working? Now, Everton have another chance to poise themselves for another attack here. And thankfully, that attack has gone nowhere fast. Nowhere fast indeed. JT, how are you? I'm phenomenal. How are you, Sil Ayas, my man? How are you, bro? How are you, my friend? How are you, my brother? Oh, for some reason my screen's paused. Why are we having the screen pause problem? Hang on a second. And are we cooking? We are cooking. There we go. JT, how are you? What's your prediction for the game? For this one, I had to go with the 2-1 Leads. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I just haven't been convinced enough with us defensively this season. Couple of decent moves in the transfer window, of course. Facciuno, buonanotte. Very good to get that one wrapped up, of course, but I am not feeling overly confident in Leeds' defence by courtesy of looking for a clean sheet, that is. However, I do feel confident that we can just have enough to edge it today. I've seen enough of us in recent weeks to lead me to believe that we can get the job done. That Newcastle game was, of course, very disappointing, but we've fought back with the Fulham game, which was very important and very impressive, the way we managed to carve that one out late in the game for me. So although I'm not convinced entirely with our defence, I think going forward we're starting to find our feet a little bit more passage of play, a little bit more link up as the ball is launched into the box by Everton and headed away by Stack. Again, it's still pinballing around. They try to volley it from the edge of the area, do Everton. It's deflected straight onto a Leeds United path, though. You think it would be a 1-1 draw, Christoph McPake? 1-1 draw wouldn't be too bad with that. I'm good. How are you? Phenomenal. Sil Aljas. Can't complain. I'm here with the boys. It's Max, by the way. I'm syncing up. Responses will be delayed. No worries, my friend. No worries. Great to have you in here, Max. Always changing up the name on me. Always getting me confused. You guys do. You guys, there's a few of you. You know who you are. You're long-time viewers. You've been here for a long time. But you like to switch the names up. You like to keep me on my feet second-guessing. You like me to be like a prime Messi, scanning the pitch every 2 seconds. And you know what? I like it. I like it. Keep it up. Oh, big cross in. And it is dealt with. I was looking exponentially worse the way that was dealt with, but thankfully we have got away with it. Football fan 679. My prediction is 2-1 Leeds. Buonanotte to score in the 91st minute of his debut off of the bench. You think it'd be a 1-1 draw? Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know your guys' thoughts, of course. Hi, Pikachu fan. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for the follow, my guy. Appreciate you a lot, my bro. Appreciate ya, fam. We can just have a quick look at the lineup, of course. We do have Brendan Aronson starting in the 10 this time, just behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We have a very weird formation, but it is a 3-5-1-1, supposedly, / a 3-5-2. Basically what we've been playing, just with Aronson tweaked slightly more centrally, which is pretty much the role he's been playing anyway when he has been playing in that striker role. James Justin is going to be filling in for Gabriel Goodmanson at left wing-back. Ilya Gruev, Ampadu and Stack make up the three-man midfield. Jaden Bogle on the right wing-back. Coming back, obviously, he was dropped for James Justin. He's had a couple of issues also, but he is back in the team. Stroik, Bornau and Rodon are in the back three, just above of Carl Darlow, who made a bit of a stinker of a mistake against Fulham. Let's not forget that. Of course, we were allowed to get away with it because they did miss the ball, but yeah. Yes, lad. Why can't you show the screen of the match? The stream will not be up for that much longer if I was showing the match. Unfortunately, it goes against all copyright infringement laws. Sky Sports have paid a lot of good money to secure the broadcast rights for the Premier League. So, unfortunately, unless if I have multiple billions to spend and finance over to the Premier League, I will not be getting my hand on that contract. And if I breach their contract by broadcasting it, well, let's just say it won't go very well for me. Nah, no worries. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. No worries at all. But, nonetheless, we are still here. And we're going to be watching this game all together, all of us here. So if there is anything important and you can't manage to find the game anywhere, if any big news happens, we're talking injuries, we're talking halftime transfer sagas, we're talking goals, moments, attacks. We're here for it all. We're here for it all. So hopefully I can serve you the goodness of a Leeds United win, if you are unable to find any other method of consuming it. Oh, as Brendan Aronson picks up the ball, he's slide tackled. It's a great interception by Everton, but it's very, very quickly won back by Leeds United, who tried to spring on a counter-attack of their own by courtesy of lobbing the ball straight up to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but it's unable to reach him. And now Everton start to build another attack. It's been pretty much all Everton so far today. Opening 7 minutes, of course, it's only been 7 minutes, that has gone. But within this opening 7 minutes, Everton have been running roughshod over Leeds, but unable to really carve out any great goal-scoring opportunities. So it's not the worst start from Leeds, but it is definitely not the best start so far. Brendan Aronson slowing the ball down, getting us a little bit more control now. Is what I like to see. I can't watch it because my Sky Sports is expired, Kev. Oh, mate. Well, as I said, mate, that's a very frustrating one. I do apologize. Send my condolences, rather, obviously. I can imagine how frustrating that could be when you're trying to watch this match. But I will try to serve you as best as I can. I predict Leeds United 3, Everton 2. Everton 2. I wouldn't mind that. It would be a little bit of a hairy one. I'm not going to lie to you. It would be a hairy one. I don't want it that close, but I wouldn't mind it. What's your score prediction? Leeds, MOT. I went for a 2-1 Leeds. I have enough confidence. You see, these games are very hard to predict because with Leeds, you don't know what Leeds you're going to get. You get the Leeds that run roughshod over Chelsea 1 week and look controlled. You have a team that look controlled, and they're high pressing and they're winning every ball back and they're playing great direct attacking football. Then you've got a team that played against Liverpool that is so defensively solid that they struggle to create any kind of clear-cut chances against us. We really limit them and starve them of opportunities in a game. And then you have a Leeds that turn up against Newcastle and get absolutely romped 4-3 when having the lead 3 times, which we were unable to keep We couldn't stop a damn droplet of water from coming into our bedroom ceiling, you know? So it's very hard to predict. Everton themselves have been very hard to predict. A lot of clubs in the Premier League have been hard to predict what you're going to see out of them. But I've seen enough to suggest that Leeds are very capable of getting the win today. We need the win. The pressure's on with West Ham picking up a couple of back-to-back wins. Forest now level on points with us. We are in desperate need of 3 points today. And I feel like we have enough in the tank to get it done, but not enough to keep a clean sheet. And Everton are definitely have enough of the ball for me to suggest that Leeds need to change something quickly, because right now this is not working. It's very tepid, and we're playing right into Everton's hands. We try another long ball. It's actually held up well by Calvert-Lewin this time, and Brendan Aronson could break on the counter-attack. Leeds' only opportunity of the game so far, and it's a great challenge. Inches there. He's got to take that a little bit wider there. Drop the shoulder, little body feint, out with the left foot, down a little bit wider there. It was a little bit too direct, too close to his man. When you show him that much of the ball, it's very difficult to get it through. It was a great flick through by Stack as well to Calvert-Lewin, who got taken down, but I don't think that was a penalty. Yeah, it was just a light one. He managed to get his foot across there. Of course, he's going to have a point to prove today against his former club who let him go. And he took a lot of pelters on the way out. Not every Everton fan wanted him gone, however, it must be said. But there was a lot that did. Oh, come on, Jayden Bogle. Jayden Bogle with a dangerous attack here. It's a fantastic cross. It's gone all the way over everyone. 1-0, you think it's going to be 1-0? Come on, Miles LUFC, my man. I feel like if Leeds keep it solid at the back, they counter and steal a goal. Yeah, that's a big if, though. If we're able to keep it solid at the back, which we haven't necessarily shown that we are able to in recent weeks. Aside, the Fulham game, obviously. A couple of the Liverpool games. That's what I'm saying, though. It's very hard to predict what Leeds you're going to see. Because even with this same 5 at the back formation, you've had games like Newcastle where you're leaking goals like a colander. So, let's hope they can keep it solid at the back. And if they can, I would bite your hands off for a clean sheet today. Bite your hands off. We need a win imperatively. 5% of me would take a draw. And a loss, on the other hand, I mean, that is inexcusable. You cannot afford to lose here. At the Hill Dickinson. We did beat them at home. Can we get the 6 points over them? That would be phenomenal. We need a defender like Schlotterbeck. Very die-hard and fights for the badge type player. We got one of those, in my opinion. We got one in Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon, I have to say, I mean, if anyone was watching me when we did sign him in the Championship, of course, I wasn't convinced with the signing. I didn't like the signing. I didn't like the way he was performing at Spurs, Swansea, of course, before that as well. I just saw I thought he was a bit mistake-prone, a bit error-prone, sorry. Made a lot of mistakes, some stupid decisions, either reckless challenges or just a few silly mistakes I saw out of him. And when we first started, he started off that way. He did start off that way. I think he got sent off in one of his first 5 games as well. But since then, he's just slowly grown on me, and he is one of the biggest warriors in the team. He's one of the few players you look at when things aren't going our way that has that passion and that hunger and that desire to try and turn things around, Joe Rodon. You don't see that with a lot of the players within this squad necessarily. I mean, when I look back to that Championship playoff final that we lost against Southampton, so many players I saw walking around and shirking responsibility. Great players, man, that were. Nobody really had a great game that day. I'm talking Somerville, Rotter, Gray. A lot of players I love didn't have great games. But the one guy you could actually look at that seemed like he was trying to drag his team forward to win that was Joe Rodon. And from that moment on, I've had such a newfound level of respect for him, even higher than I already had. So I would say we already have one of those, personally. But, of course, it wouldn't hurt to have a few more. Who would you guys say is our best defender, by the way? Because I was a little bit surprised. Oh, hang on. It's flicked on by Statch. Aronson gives the ball across to Jayden Bogle. Great chance! And he passes straight into the defender. Nothing Leeds United could get out of that one. But I have to say, who would you guys say is our best defender? Because I was surprised. A lot of people were saying Jacobijo would be their best defender this season. For me, he would have been third, really. I mean, maybe he's got a little bit more quality than Struijk at this current moment in time. I just like the way Struijk plays. I think he's clean, he's calm, he's cool and collected. And my number 1 would be Joe Rodon. But maybe you guys disagree with me. Rodon would be a number 1. I would agree personally. I would 100% agree. Oh, Gruev with the strike from the outside of the box, and it's whistled over the bar. DCL hat trick incoming. Would I love to see that? Would I love to see that indeed, my friend? We love you, Leeds. We do. Prison. That's where Daniel Fark needs to go tonight if we can't get a win here. I tell you that for free. I tell you that for free, mate. Or JB, Jacobijol. It's headed away by Struijk again there. The least talked about man of the defence. But boy, he's always there when it's needed. Let me tell you that for free. I like his quality. I like Statch, but he's not a defender. I know he's not a defender, but I like him a lot from what I've seen. Oh, right, in terms of... Oh, mate, listen. He's not a defender. No, but that is a great point also. In terms of the overall squad. I mean, the best quality player we have in the team, in my opinion, is Anton Statch. I mean, that guy is different gravy when he wants to be. When he wants to turn on the style, he can turn on the style. And he's not even playing... He's playing to advance. He's got the quality in certain aspects going forward that we miss. But he was always, when we signed him and where he was playing before, he was predominantly meant to be a break-up-the-play kind of guy, more of a defensive midfielder who had qualities of driving the ball forward and flicking the ball onto someone. Not someone who you'd be leaving to create everything up there. Not someone who you would be almost playing in a number 10 position for most of the season. He was like a number 8, but like a really advanced number 8 who was constantly driving forward and getting in and around that number 10 role and being, you know, expected to create a lot of stuff, which isn't really what we signed him for. You know, could you imagine if you had a top quality creator around him and he could just sit back and take things a little bit calm, someone to take the work rate off him and allow him a bit more freedom. Wow. What a player you'd be. Hey JT, Bijou all day long. He's a rock. Not gonna hate that one. I think he's a fantastic player, Jacob Bijou. I do. I was just surprised, really. He is, of course, not featured today. It is Bornau at the back today for Leeds United, as the ball is crossed in. Bornau, who's also impressed me a lot, I have to say. Fair play to Bornau. Really starved of opportunities until we've changed into this back three and therefore making him second choice out of that back three. Well, technically fourth choice still, but, you know, with one of the extra defenders being required on the pitch, he is now next choice up. He's had a little bit more game time, and he's actually done enough to impress me in the limited minutes he's had. I don't think he's not prime Maldini by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a clean defender. I don't see him losing his head too much. He seems quite calm back there. Seems like he's fitted really well into that defensive unit that we have back there and hasn't made too many crazy mistakes. He's looked composed at times and has made a couple of great interceptions to save us from conceding goals. And here he is again. Speaking of ball now, picks the ball up off Gruev and is forced to go back to Karl Darlow. Karl Darlow gives it back to him, who gives it forward to Gruev. This is group pressing from Everton. Little bit of a role reversal from when we played them at Ellen Road, where we were pressing them off the park. But we are comfortable to allow them to press us. Leeds United now increasing their possession stats, starting to play the ball around nicely here. Now are dominating possession. Here is James Justin down the left-hand side for Leeds today. Doesn't have the overlapping quality of Gabriel Gudmundsson, but instead slides it through to someone who does in Brendan Aronson, who cuts it back, and Bogle's unable to convert the cross into anything more. Stop putting up fake news about Leeds United sucking a manager. Who's that? Who put up fake news about Leeds sacking a manager? Because it's not going to happen, and the news website said they are not sacking the manager. Who said they are sacking a manager? I don't think there's any manager getting sacked. Because there's only one manager that could be sacked, and that's Daniel Farke. And I don't think he's really on the chopping block right now with the run that we've been on in the past month and a half. It wouldn't make any sense to sack him now. If you could just sack him, you would have done it 4 months ago. You wouldn't do it now. You know what I mean? Wouldn't make any logical sense at all. And fair play to the club because they backed him. And listen, man, they stuck with him, and things have started to pay dividends. Do I think that there are no cracks in the floor with this? No, not necessarily. I think there are cracks, and there are some things that could potentially be labelled as being painted over. And it hasn't been all sunshine and roses, as a lot of other people outside of the club like to believe. But at the same time, he's got us in a pretty decent position here. We're only 3 points off Spurs, and with a big win today, you know, we could be in good standing for survival this year, which is the main goal for Leeds United this season, as Jayden Bogle loses out to Mikalenko, who is on the floor now holding the football. No sound detected. Is there no sound detected? No, it's because I stopped speaking for a second. TikTok bugging out, man. Bugging out. Go on board now, mate. On the spin. Flick it forward a little bit, man. A little bit more. Ampadu's on the floor, so that makes sense as to why they potentially kick the ball back to nobody. But nobody is going to score from a Leeds United perspective if we keep the ball back here. We need to drive the ball forward. We need a ball carrier right now to get on the ball, show a bit of freedom of expression, drive past a couple of players, and open up some space for an on-running forward, such as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has just slid to the floor, tackled his man, and gained Leeds United a throw-in inside Everton's half. Adam CRVT, how's the game going? First 10 minutes were really controlled by Everton. They looked a much more threatening side, but not that threatening in the grand scheme of things. I thought Leeds defended well, kind of weathered the early storm from Everton, who are, of course, the home side today. And since that time, have actually had a lot more joy on the football, have started to control possession, and have had a couple of probing attacks, which could have resulted in a little bit more. So you're seeing Leeds start to grow in confidence. As we see right here again, it's a great through ball from Bogle to Brendan Aronson after a great back heel from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Aronson was in a 1-on-2 situation there. The ball did just reach past him, but due to a foul that happened earlier on, things are not likely to keep that way. I think like all things before, there's going to be a few bumps and bruises before the team starts playing together and making the system work. I think it's like all clubs, they have their moments, but they are fairly decent. Yeah. 2929 has finally returned to the Greatest Leeds United YouTube channel. Has finally returned to the Greatest Leeds United YouTube channel ever. Let's go Leeds. JT, feels good to be back home. How are we doing? Did we ever take care of that skid mark defending OGB, my man? Unfortunately, as proof with that Newcastle game just 2 games ago, we have not sorted out that skid mark defending. It is as diorific as ever. Let me tell you that for nothing. And I'm not talking about Eric Dyer, as Bornau drags the shirt of his man, flicks the ball past, and that's an Everton corner. That was a close one. Do you think there's a place for Tanaka in the starting team? He seems to have fallen out of favour, Bill Bitty. I do, 100%. If it was down to me, Gruev would be on the bench right now. Tanaka would be in the starting 11. No conversation about it. Not even a slight on Ilya Gruev. Tanaka is that guy. I don't know why he's not in that position. I don't know why he's trusting Gruev over him. I mean, at the beginning of the season, before Ampadu turned into the player he did, I would have selected him over Ampadu in a heartbeat also. So I cannot fathom why he hasn't kicked on the way he should have, because he was our best player last season. Not really too many conversations to be had about it, unless if you're putting Solomon or Dan James in that category. There was no one else that was even close to those three consistently week in, week out. And the one constant, for the most part, was Tanaka. So it surprises me that he's not kicked on the same way. It surprises me he hasn't had the trust of Daniel Farke. Because the guy's pulled up with big moments this season already. He has. I mean, I think he's great defensively as well. He's got great energy on him. Great work rate. Tenacity. And good quality on his final pass. So I can't fathom why Ilya Gruev is getting the nod over him. But, yes, I do think there is a place for him. Sorry, I've been detained by the government. You've been detained by the government, strapped to a chair, and had your eyes held open by sticks as you were forced to watch Leeds United versus Newcastle. That's what they did to you, mate. That's their new form of torture. That's their new form of torture, is forcing you to watch Leeds unable to defend or keep a lead. They make you sit down and watch the entire thing. You can't even look away for a second. Just want Fasciuno to play a few minutes. Buonanotte is, of course, who he is referring to there. Fasciuno, buonanotte. We can have a look at the bench, actually, if we do want to divulge into the buonanotte talk, who is, of course, a member of that bench. We've got Perry in goal for Leeds United. Sam Byram, Ayo Tanaka, Buonanotte, Longstaff, and Piro. Nemetra, Okafor, and Nonto also make up the rest of Leeds United's attacking reserves on the bench. It's looking a pretty stronger bench than we've seen at times this season. The fact Longstaff is on there does make me fear that he's likely to get in ahead of Tanaka, who, again, I think is really, really unlucky to not get any game time this season, really. Or not get as much as I think he deserves this season. He was instantly dropped for Longstaff and Statch, and then has just found it very difficult to get back into the side since. Just want Fortuna to play a few minutes. POV, me remembering Newcastle Leeds 3, Newcastle 4. Mate, I think you speak for every one of us there, Pikachu fan. Absolute dismay across the Leeds United fan base. Hopefully that's not the story of today, though, as Everton get on an attack of their own down the left-hand side here. They look to play it back, and that's exactly what they do. And Jai not going forward that time around. Of course, very good to not see Jack Grealish on that pitch for Everton right now, who is by far their greatest player that they have. He is, unfortunately for him, of course, I don't wish ill on any man, suffering from a broken foot, which is going to keep him out until mid-April. But from a Leeds United perspective, it is very fortunate timing. Hopefully you didn't jinx it. It's a man. No jinxing from that one. Let me tell you something, mate. No jinxing at all. How's Aaron Son, the main man? Brendan Aaron Son. Or is he a liability, or has he been contributing? Lost my internet privileges for some minor incidents and am clueless. Well, you've come to the right place, and let me tell you something. What a question that is. Because if there is one man who has shocked me this past month, it is Brendan Aaron Son. He has been a revolutionary footballer over the past few weeks. He's really transformed his game. I mean, he scored a fantastic goal against Man United at home. And here is Aaron Son again. Can he score? Oh, right on cue! The revolutionary man. Was that Brendan Aronson? My monitor turned off for a second. James Justin played the ball across. Or was it Bogle to Aronson? Did Aronson flick it back to Justin there? My monitor turned off in the excitement from me jumping up there. I can't tell if it was Justin or Aronson. But Aronson has been revolutionary, has changed his game. And Leeds United have evolved their game today, because we are now 1-0 to the good. Leeds United 1, Everton 0. It's a great ball down the right-hand side by Jayden Bogle. Anton Stach gets it, drills the ball across. Brendan Aronson leaves the ball. That's what I saw when my monitor turned off. It looked like he was about to strike that with his left foot there. He uses his composure to instead leave the ball for the on-running James Justin, who comes forward with his left foot and drills it into the left side of the net. And it is 1-0 Leeds United. Great call to leave it there. And James Justin blasts it home from about 10 yards out. And Leeds United are back in the lead. Or back in the lead. We were never in the lead today, but back in the lead of leading games. Or back in the knack of leading games. But yeah, Brendan Aronson, I have to say, has been a man reborn recently. I mean, can you get any better than scoring against Man U at Ellen Road? No, I don't think so, especially the quality of the goal. And then against Newcastle, 2 phenomenal goals, especially the second one. He was the only reason we were leading that game, really. Everyone else was choking very hard. It was unfortunate to give away a penalty that game as well, but he's been thoroughly impressive over the past month, I would say, Brendan Aronson. Who's been close to scoring so far this game? Leeds have been the closer side, and we have made that pressure count with a goal, Christopher, my man. With a goal, we have made it count. We are well served for the lead at the moment. As I said, that first 10 minutes, Everton were controlling a lot of the ball, but Leeds weathered the storm perfectly and have since that point started to play some good football themselves. Yeah, love it. Oh my, what a return. God bless you, JT. Thank you for all you do. Seriously, after I pull my next job, I gotcha. OGB, listen, mate, it did sound very cryptic what you were talking about there. Of course, first of all, thank you for the love as always, man. I am humbled to be in your guys' presence, every single one of you, especially you as well. Humbled by the flattering words that you say to me. It does mean a lot, and listen, man, I wish you the best with your situation. I don't know what exactly it is that you've potentially been going through, but whatever it is, keep yourself strong. I believe in you, man, and I really hope that things can start to fall for you and you can get a little lucky break. So thank you for coming in. As always, it is my pleasure to talk about football with you, and hopefully you can move forward in a great way, and hopefully this year, which has just started, has a lot of great things in store for you as Jayden Bogle crosses the ball across the face of goal, and James Justin almost gets it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin bodies his man, and it was a clean body, and he's been pulled down for nothing there, for nothing. Thank you, Christoph, my man. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, my G no string. Appreciate you, my G no string. Tell you what I also appreciate, though, is another Leeds United goal. So let's get cooking, chaps, shall we? Let's get that ball pinging around in there, man. Let's get that ball moving. Let's get it direct. Let's get it into Calvert-Lewin's feet. Let's give him a little bit of space to run into. Let's get some magic going as Brendan Aronson drives down the left-hand side of the pitch. We've got a 4-on-4 situation. He takes it past one more into the box. And it is a great interception. If he was able to get there just a yard ahead of that, he would have been able to cut that back to Calvert-Lewin, and that would have been the easiest 2-0 you could ever see. But he absolutely rinses Tarkowski there. And unfortunately, there is an on-running defender who is able to just get there ahead of Brendan Aronson and flick it behind for a Leeds United corner. That defender in question was Patterson from Everton. But Leeds United still have a corner as a result of that. So let's see what they can do. It's crossed in by Stach. It's flicked on to nobody. And now Brendan Aronson picks up the ball at the back there. Little shimmy himself. Shimmy, shimmy, zam, zam. And can he get the ball forward here? Gives it all the way back to James Justin. A little look at the stats. 7 shots to 2 in favour of Leeds United. 2 on target to 0 in favour of Leeds. 13 touches in the opposition box in favour to 9 of Everton's. And, of course, 57% of possession of the football for Leeds United. Appreciate you. I'm surrounding myself with good people and will be making good decisions. I tell you, who didn't make a good decision is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who misses from 4 yards out. You cannot write this stuff. William Shakespeare would be throwing his pen into the toilet pan as we speak if he saw that one. What a great ball. It's flicked on by Brendan Aronson. Once again, the man of the moment touches it down, gives it to Jayden Bogle, and it's a sumptuous cross across the face of goal. And how Dominic Calvert-Lewin has not scored that one, I do not know. He's toe-punked it with the outside of his right foot. He's got to be instepping that one inside of the right foot. Easy finish there. He's rushed it. It's rash, Alan. It's reckless. And it's still 1-0 Leeds United. Should have been 2-0 there. Apologies, OGB. I'm surrounding myself with good people and we'll be making good decisions. Thanks again. We'll be listening. No better place to listen to the game than right here. Listen, man, you're hitting me right here in the heart with that one. Appreciate you, my man, and that's all you can do, mate. Surround yourself with good people, good vibes, and good energy, and it rubs off on you. Surround yourself with bad people, or the wrong people, or the wrong energy. Doesn't matter how good of a person you are. It can easily infect you. So keep around good people. Keep yourself strong, man. And as I said, man, every time we're going to be here. If you need a bit of company, you need someone to chat a little bit of shit with as we watch the game, I'm always going to be here for you, man. So, and hopefully we can have a lot to celebrate also. Also, I feel Everton's defence is quite poor at times, so it wouldn't surprise me if Leeds United score again soon. Well, we almost did! Man, you almost put that into the ethos for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who should have scored there. Who should have scored. Should have scored. It's been all Leeds United here. It's an inside job, double agent. Double A9 skills, if you will. Uh-oh. How he didn't score that one, mate. DCL, DCL, DCL. How did he miss it? Your guess is as good as mine, mate. Your guess is as good as mine. What a chance that was. Right in front of the face of goal. 80% of the goal on the left-hand side to aim at. He tries to hit it down the right side near post with the outside of his right foot. And he's too cute with it and instead blasts it straight onto the upright of that post. And now Leeds United are, unfortunately, staring down the barrel of a dangerous Everton attack here to tie up the game. We should have had 2 goals to our good, or 2 goals to our name right about now, as Michael Keane fouls Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Leeds United are able to get a free kick going forward for us here. And I have to say, man, you know, the change of formation to take wingers out of our game, to not have a number 10 in the team, really. I mean, you thought that would be the end for Aronson. You thought it'd be the end for Aronson in the first place. You wanted to sign a new attacking player. In fact, he's managed to keep himself in there. I know I'm talking a lot about him since you asked about him. But the fact that we've gone to a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, however you want to think about it, very similar. And we have 3 strikers on the bench. And they can't get a look in. None of the wingers can get a look in. Because Brendan Aronson is making that position his own. That really speaks volumes. DCL couldn't hit a barn door with a rocket launcher. He can be poor at times. He can be poor at times, but he has still scored 9 goals for Leeds United this season as Brendan Aronson nods the ball down. Oh, he's going to go for a shot there. Yes, he is! Not enough power. Anton Stach, not happy with that one, but when a man's got a bit of confidence, he's got a bit of flow, he's got a bit of vigor in his system, you got to allow him to rush forward there and go for it. You got to allow it. It wasn't the best shot by any means. He did have a few options, but fair play to him. It's something I haven't seen a lot from Brendan Aronson at times this season, is that confidence, or any Leeds player really, to have that confidence to drive forward and actually go for a shot on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's like we try to overwork it at times until there's just no option to score at all and someone just lashes at it and blazes it over the bar in the last 5 minutes of the game. But he actually showed the confidence to try and open up an angle for a shot, and I like that from a player. So I'm not going to be too mad at it. The ref needs to start showing cards. They're getting away with murder. Away with murder. Well, he's not showing cards, and instead he's shown a free kick towards Everton, penalising Leeds United with this one. It's a great opportunity for a cross. He does cross it, and it's kicked away by James Justin, who blasts it into the stands, and now Leeds United need to defend this corner. It's a dangerous corner for Everton. Cross all the way into the box. It's dealt with by Darlow, who punches it out. It's flicked back in by Mikalenko. Only as far as nobody. And it's cleared forward again by Leeds. But Mikalenko has a chance to create another attack here for Everton. It's an early cross into the box, all the way to the back sticks. And Carl Darlow does catch. He does catch indeed. What's Calvert-Lewin doing on live? You're a funny man. You are a funny man. Oh, man. You don't even have the same trim as me, mate. Doesn't even have the same trim as me. Let me tell you. Uh-oh. Is a round zone. Corner. Corner taken quickly. Origi! Oh, right out him. It is a throw-in, not a corner, for Leeds United at the moment. It is Ampadu who's going to try and launch this one into the box. Weston McKennie-esque. It is. It finds Stroik, who flicks it on. It's almost flicked into Bornau there. They're both inside each other at that moment in time. Aronson tries to flick his weight around and get through there. He does. It looked like a foul to me. I don't know how they haven't given that there. He does call it for something. I don't know what the referee stopped the game for. That looked like a foul on Brendan Aronson. I don't know what he's giving here. And Jai was on a good attack, and it's given away. He's pulled it back for an Everton free kick. I don't know what he's looking at there. That looked to me, it was a great jink of his body by Brendan Aronson, and it looked to me like that was a clear foul. So I'm not quite sure what the referee's seen there. But boy, is it good to be sat here a little bit more comfortably with a lead to defend for Leeds United. Could be a more comfortable one, and ideally would be and will be for Leeds. But at this current moment in time, that is not the case. And that looks really weird there. Those under socks or whatever that is of one of those Everton players, almost giving him white socks, is a little bit disorientating because, of course, they do play in white shorts as well, Everton, as do Leeds, full on white. So it's a little bit disorientating to see those white socks there. I can't lie to you. He still has a blue shirt on, though, and hopefully that will stop Leeds United from passing the ball to him. And that is shaky defending there. You talk about skid mark defending. That is it. It's Gruev and Carl Darlow making a real pig's ear of that one. Running into each other as he sold him short. He sold Darlow short with the ball there. And Darlow has sprinted out of position. And with a marginal room for error has just blasted the ball off the pitch there. Which he needed to do because, I mean, it was a real lack of communication, or rather a real miscommunication between the two of them. And it almost resulted in something very dangerous for Leeds United there. Not a bad looking stadium, this Hill Dickinson, has to be said. Although going from Goodison to Hill Dickinson as the name of a stadium is actually criminal, I have to say. Milan with the 20 roses. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, my bro. Thank you so much, Million, my G. No string. Is it Ghana Gay? Idrissa Gana Gay. Idrissa Gana Gay. Is what Ghana Gay? Oh, with the socks. I think it might be Ghana Gay. Yeah, I think you're right there. It is. I think that's who I was talking about. I just saw a flash of it on my screen. I didn't notice it for a bit. But yeah, I believe that is Idrissa Gana Gay. Good pressing from Everton again here. They look hungry to steal a goal before this game finishes. Yeah, he is. He's wearing leggings underneath. That's what it is. And because he has his shin pads and his socks so low, half of his calf is also white with the like as if he's wearing white socks. What was bro doing? Not a clue, mate. Not a Solomon Kalou. Million, no worries. Hey, listen, man. I appreciate ya. Super Leeds United, Gav. What are you telling me, Gav? How are you today? How are you feeling right now? You're feeling the rhythm. You're feeling the rhyme. You want to get on up like it's Leeds United time. JT, has Gio Reyna ever looked at or been discussed by Leeds management? This guy has so much talent, but can't seem to find a home and stay on the pitch. Just wondering. I'm a Yank from Rhode Island. Listen, man, shout out Rhode Island. I was actually in New York this past month ago. What a place, man. I love America. I love this city of New York. My favorite city in the world, has to be said. What a place. What a phenomenal place. And what a phenomenal country America is. I think it gets a little bit too much of a bad rep, in my opinion, across the media and across people in general, as Garner blazes that shot wide. It was a dangerous opportunity for Everton there. But I think America gets a little bit too much slack, in my opinion. I mean, the people there are lovely, a little bit more communicative than you get back here in England, I have to say that. There's just stuff going on. The life, the way of life, the culture, the freedom of some of the things out there. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful place. And Gio Reyna, as you suggested, there is a wonderful, wonderful technical dribbler of the football. He's got a lot of technical abilities. Of course, had a great little spell at Borussia Dortmund as well. I was an admirer of him then. Leeds United haven't really made too much strides to get him, and he wouldn't really fit our system. You could argue if Brendan Aronson can, then maybe Gio Reyna can. But Aronson is a bit of a Swiss Army knife. He can feature in multiple positions, and his work rate allows you to use him as that Swiss Army knife because he has such phenomenal work rate and tenacity that he can cover a few positions at the same time. That's a brilliant thing about Brendan Aronson, who loses the ball out there. That wasn't brilliant by Brendan Aronson. He's lost the ball. It's a dangerous area to lose the ball in as well. Leeds win it back, though, with Ethan Ampadu. And it's flicked through, and that's a good sliding challenge by Aronson, but he's unable to win the ball back. Leeds need to win it back quickly, and Ampadu slides in and does just that. It is now an Everton throw-in, though. But yeah, I just don't think, with the lack of wingers that we're playing in this system, and the directness we're trying to play with, I don't think that Gio Reyna would fit this current guise of the system. The same way Wilfred Gnonto, Dan James are not even fitting this guise of this system. Jack Harrison, none of these players have got even a look in since we changed the formation up. And Wilfred Gnonto, for example, I mean, he scored it. He contributed to a couple of great goals, won us some games with the quality of his crossing play from mere minutes on the pitch when we changed back to the old system within some of these games to nick a winner or nick a draw, like even the Liverpool game, for example. But even he struggled to get into the team straight after that because we go straight back to 5-3-2 and there's no options for flary wide wingers. It's cleared away there. It is Anton Statue chases after it and is unable to get the ball, and we move forward with a little bit of a opportunity for Leeds to do something here, which they are unable to